What I want to talk about today is I just want to talk to you all about decisions. Because every person in this room, we're all here because of a decision. We're all here because of decisions that the people made before us. And our life is going to be affected by decisions that we make today and the decisions that we make tomorrow. Just by a show of hands, raise your hand if you want to be successful and make successful decisions for your life. Raise your hand if you want to have a life full of great decisions where everything comes true, your dreams, everything that you want. What I'm going to do is just share with you about how I was able to make good decisions for my life, overcome the bad decisions of my life, so that I could walk in the light to be successful, to help others, to give back to my community, and to do what I'm doing now. But the first thing I want to talk about is I want to just tell you a story about my friend. I remember in elementary school, I had a friend. He was a great, great guy. One of my best friends used to come over to my house and spend the night sometimes. We got really close in the 5th grade. Fast forward 10 years later, I'll never forget, he finally called me. I haven't heard from him in 10 years. He called me, I was shocked. I said, man, how are you doing? He said, man, I'm doing great. I said, man, it's been 10 years. Where have you been? How life been doing? Man, it's been good. I've been seeing you on Instagram, Facebook, speaking. Man, you're doing an amazing job. Your video's doing 1 million views. You popular, like you really doing great things. I'm gonna come speak to some of those kids one day. I said, man, of course, you know you, bro, definitely. How you been? What you been up to? Oh, I've been doing 10 years in prison. I said, 10 years in prison? What? I'm like, what do you, hold on, slow down. What you mean you doing 10 years in, bro, I'm doing 10 years in prison. I got 1 more year left and I'll be out, and I want to come talk to them kids because I don't want no kid to go through what I went through these last 10 years. And I said, if you don't mind me asking, what you doing 10 years in prison for? He said, I committed a robbery. And then the way it went down, I got caught. And I said, man, I pray for you, and I hope when you get out that you can be successful and get your life on the right track. I told him that his life not over, that you still got opportunity, that you still can be something. Just because you spent 10 years in jail don't mean your life over. And when he got out and when we hung up the phone, the first thing I thought about, y'all, is life is all about decisions. He made that decision around y'all age right now. We all one decision away from 10 years of walking into finding your life, being successful, living the life of your dreams. Or you 10 years away from sitting in the jail cell, never get to see your family again, never get to see your loved ones, get your freedom taken away. Because life is all about decisions. And when I called him and he told me that he spent 10 years in jail, the first thing I thought about was myself. I said, you was my closest friend. That same 10 years could have been me. That same 10 years could have been me for the mistakes I made. And I'm so fortunate that I didn't have to go through 10 years of prison to learn how to be successful in life, to learn that you can't make bad decisions. And I'll never forget the moment that changed my life. The moment that changed my life was when I was in college. I had a football scholarship. My life was going great. I was thinking, man, I'm doing everything I want to do in life. Playing football. I was on TV, my friends was telling me, man, we so proud of you, you balling, man, you doing good. And I'll never forget, one day I made a bad decision and I lost my full scholarship to play football. One of the worst decisions of my life. I had to go back home. I had to call my mom and say, Mom, I lost my full scholarship to play football. Had to go back home, tell all my friends, yeah, I lost my full scholarship to play football. One of the darkest moments of my life, because that was my dream. I remember when I was y'all age, I used to work so hard to reach my dream so I could get to play Division I college football. When I got there, my attitude wasn't in check, and I lost everything because of one decision. And I want to tell y'all today, the one decision that you think to skip school, the one decision that you think to disrespect your teacher, the one decision that you make to not show up on time, to not try your best on your test, to disrespect your parents at home, the one decision that you make, it can change your entire life. And when you become a person who walks into a pattern of bad decisions, when you keep making bad decisions every single day, you're gonna be a person who find yourself at the end of a road where you're gonna be stuck and lost in life. And you're gonna find yourself at a point where you make a decision that's so bad that you can't never come back from it. So when I was in that moment, I lost my scholarship. I'm sitting in my room. My coach told me I had to have everything packed and be gone by the end of the week. When I didn't have nowhere to go, I had to sit down, y'all, and I had to make a decision that I was going to change my life. I had to make a decision that I don't even care about having a scholarship. I'm going to still get my degree in college, and I'm going to still graduate. I had to make a decision that I'm going to go back home, and I can still be a leader in my community. I can still make a change. I can still be successful. I can still be everything that I've been called to be. I just had to make a decision. And I'll never forget, I went home. I made the decision that I was going to start my own business. I told myself, I said, my mama, she will not pay a dime for me to finish school. I said, I'm not going home. I'm not asking anybody for a dime to finish school because I made a bad decision and I got to fix it for my life. So I went back home and I started my own business. And this is why it's so important that you respect your teachers, that you respect the people in your community, you respect the people who for you, because these are the people that care about you. The reason that I came home and I was able to become successful because one of my teachers from high school, he reached out to me, he put his arms around me. He said, you could come home and work with my business and you could start your own business. He believed in me, he inspired me, and he gave me the hope that I could change my life. So I just made one decision. I decided to get under his wing, mentorship. He was like my father figure, like my big brother. I respected him. I listened to what he said. I showed up on time. I worked hard. Even when I didn't get paid that much, I still gave my all. I showed up when times I didn't want to do it. When I wanted to quit, I kept showing up. I kept being the best person I could be because I told myself I can't make the same decision that lost me my scholarship. And when I kept making good decisions and I started my own business, the year after I started my own business, me and him signed a contract with the city to do all the cleaning for downtown Memphis. One of the biggest contracts I ever signed. I ain't never played basketball in professionals. I ain't never played in the NFL, but we signed a contract that if you went home, you would be like, that's amazing, that only God can do this. The decisions that we made has led us to this. And that's how I became successful, because I just kept making good decisions. And the reason I'm in this room today, I want to ask you, what decisions are you going to make for your life?